is the meta and meta chasers, meta boys, as I like to call them, are they good for the hobby or the game overall? And I think so. I'm not a fan of guys that just chase the meta, because I think they're missing out on a lot of the good parts of the game, which clearly doesn't matter to them. From what I see, a lot of the meta chasers buy pre-painted armies anyways, so I don't give them a lot of credit anyhow. But what they uncover through their endless search for the perfect list to play competitively and table their opponent as quickly as possible are excellent options for casual players to use in their lists, where they can have a balance of fun with a little bit of edge. And that's kind of where I fall in with. I put things out on the table that I like to paint and that look cool and that are cohesive thematically with my army build. I admire Dan from Hobby Goblets. He's currently my favorite Wolves player that's on one of the larger audience-based Battle Report channels, I guess. He's got a really fun list. He has fun playing it, but you can tell he's really honed in his Wolves list to be competitive. Still fits a theme. They look really good together, and he's very competitive with it. And I think Dan from Hobby Goblins has achieved the pinnacle of achieving both of those things. When I first started watching Battle Reports, when they kind of started to become a thing, I followed a lot of Luke Barker from Striking Scorpion. Back then, he was playing a lot of work battles, and I had an orc army at the time. So, you know, he's very informative. His production quality is fantastic. I like his approach to he's very analytical when it's his approach to the game, especially when it constitutes, you know, units and buffs and how to maximize characters in your list. But lately, I think he's falling into the meta trap. You know, watching him sell off some of his cooler armies it's disappointing. You know, him and his brother playing are usually very entertaining. His brother's hilarious. But, you know, he's focusing on a couple lists that are, he's meta chasing. You know, this morning, the whole reason I made this video this morning, he had like 3 or 4 videos in a row of Eldari shit. I hate the fucking Eldari. I know that Striking Scorpion that's a derivative of, but you know, he sold his Wolves, which I loved watching him play Wolves. But 10th edition, he just didn't want to play him anymore, and I know it's because he lost his meta. And as I've said before, I'm not a very good 40k player because I don't focus on winning. I want to win, but playing a fun army is more important to me. And I haven't been in a tournament in a long, long time, since pre-meta. I'm not sure how that's going to go now, because as I've said before, I'm a terrible player. And I'm going to get my shit rocked by some neckbeard meta chaser. And I'm going to be really, really upset about it. I think Garage Hammer, you know, having local friends to play with is probably the most fun. You can all learn together. You can joke at your flaws, and nobody's building an army just to win. They're doing it for the hobby of it. The Garage Hammer's definitely the best. Is there a way to like weed out these meta chasers in a rogue style tournament in the future? Do you have them present their list beforehand and try to stop the meta boys before they get their You know, those kinds of people, you can go to the grand tournaments and play by Grain Games Workshop's rules and, you know, only use their models. And it's just a boring way to play the game. How boring are you? Anyways, I'm just rambling on the way to work. As always, like, share, subscribe. Tell your mom about me. Trying to get to 50 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm only at 14. So, those are rookie numbers. We gotta bump those numbers up.